the session. In our last session, what we did, we got a SF org, right? SF org, and then in VS Code, we got the project, and this is manifest project, right? So now our aim was to retrieve SF code base in this uh, project manifest that we created through VS Code, right? Like the simple scenario is, as we know, right? The Azure DevOps, GitHub, whatever version control we're trying to use, it store the code base. So from where that code base will come? It will come from some environment, right? If I talk about Salesforce, it will be Salesforce org, MuleSoft org, .NET and .NET environment, right? Either it will be coming from that org, or if you are doing any new changes, like first time you are doing any development, so you will have some org, and then the project will be created, a template first, and then you will do development in VS Code, and then you will push it, correct? If some code is already present in SF org, then first what you will do, you will create a project, and then you will pull the data, and then on top of that we will start the development. So these are the two scenarios that will occur to start with any project. So it's clear? Any question here? Okay. And if I open the VS Code, what we did in our last session, we have created this manifest project, right? And then let me rub this. Okay. So we have created this manifest project with sfcli command, and that's sfcli command we got from the helper. Even though we are not installing any extension, we can manually type it, right? But to use it in the VS Code, we have that extension from marketplace. Once we installed it, then we got that option from here. If you go greater than, and then all the sfdx command will be populated, related sfdx command. And with the help of this command, we have created this manifest project, and we kept the name develop one, right? And then what we did next, we want this project to be connected with any Salesforce org, right? So from here we got the option. When we clicked here, the default org was not set that time. When we clicked here, we got navigated to the login page, and after providing username and password, it got successfully authenticated, and then you can see this connection here. So till here everything is clear. Like you guys have also done the same activities, right? Do you have any queries on this part? Then just let me know quickly. No? So today I have time. If you have any queries, you can ask. Okay. Cool. Now, next is I will show you one thing. Now this is connected with this develop org, right? And we are taking example of Apex class, right? Because as a DevOps guy, I feel comfortable in creating a Apex class, so that will be easy for me. Okay. Now that's why what I will do, I will create one Apex class here, and then we'll try to deploy it to this Salesforce org. Okay, then we'll see how we can do it from the VS Code. Okay, for that, what we'll do first, I will create a new class. That will be new file. Name of the class is foo.cls. Enter. Right. To save some time, I will directly copy paste from here. Okay. Then I will save it. These are done. Now let me run the PR, that the example that I gave that day. This one. Right. Now what I will do, now when I try to, so this is present here, right? To utilize the VS Code UI, we can easily, if you right click here, you will get option. Lots of option are there. Retrieve this source from org. It means you're trying to retrieve a class, because I have clicked on some class, right? So if there is any new class added here, automatically that will be retrieved. So I can quickly give you the example. To go to the class in Salesforce, you need to go to the setup. If you click on this setting button, you will go to the setup, and then from quick find, you can just write class. Apex class, you got it. Look, these are not important, just for the like understanding purpose, as we are trying to make a connection and see if things are getting deployed or not. So this is like one Apex class example I am taking. So you need to aware about at least this one thing, right? So that you can test your setup. Now here we have foo manual 1, foo manual 2. These are present here, right? And here I've only created this one foo class. There is no other class available. Now what I will do, I will give you one example. That time I told you about retrieve. Now I will click here, retrieve this from source org. Let's see what will happen. Here you can see in output, it seems this source from the org. So this got retrieved, foo. Now let me tell you one thing. I have created only this foo class, right? And that time we have this code base. The code base is this, like 123 1 2 this one, right? But when I retrieved it, we can say extra line, new one, also the meta file. Okay, now this got retrieved from Salesforce. If I open this, you can see, so whatever foo class content is present in Salesforce org, it got retrieved in our local setup. Okay, and same, so look, this local setup means the folder that we have created, right? If I go develop one, so everything will be saved here only. Force app. VS Code is just an editor for your information. Okay, this is just an editor which is used for the development perspective, and we can have some extension and all, we can utilize this. This is just an editor, just for development. Now here inside class, you can see that meta foo and then meta class, meta file. Okay, and one more thing. So what is this meta XML? So this is just a development practice for Salesforce. If someone is creating any new class, then what will happen? The respective meta file need to be created. Otherwise, the class will not success. I will give you one example. So right now I retrieved it from org. Right now I will push it from my local system. Let's do it. Let's create new class which is not present in org. I will give money one. Okay. Dot CLS. Fine. Enter. Created. Now this I can put like this. Like the content. Okay, money one. So this need to be money one, right? Now let's save it. When I save it again, just for your reference, it will be saved here because the local, this is my local folder structure, right? So everything I am saving in my local only in the folder structure. This is just an editor, okay, which make our task easy to like perform many things. Okay, that's it. Now if I try to push money one, deploy these to source org, I will get some error definitely. Look, this source to org failed to run. Component conversion failed, file not found. Money one .cls meta XML file is missing. So by this, I can say, we can say like, as per Salesforce standard, if you want to write any class, there should be meta file. Okay, otherwise the validation will get failed. Like you will not be able to deploy. So this is one of the scenario. Okay, so by this, by when I tried to create a class and I missed to create a meta XML file, so when I tried to push it, it is getting failed. Now these all activities I am doing manually. Okay, these are the manual steps that I am doing. In real world, DevOps come when DevOps come into the picture, it will go from here. Developer will do changes, let's say in the feature branch by using VS Code. Okay, they will not retrieve anything from the org directly. They will have the retrieval from branch. They will clone the branch. Okay, with feature branch name, and then they will do the changes. And when they will raise a pull request, then with the help of our script, they will see the failure and the message like this. Currently, manually, we are getting this error message, but that time our script will get failed and will show, okay, this is failing because of this meta XML miss. So this is the manual thing that I am doing. Later on, I will implement same in the pull request through YAML script. You get your point, right? What I am trying to explain, why I am doing these steps. Now, this is a failure scenario. Now I will create this meta XML. Okay, for that, let me save this. This will be same for everyone. Name should be meta XML. Okay, now. So these tasks you will not be able to do. Like you are not going to do these tasks to create a class and all. Just for a testing purpose, I am doing it. Like to test my stuffs, right? Maybe DevOps pipeline or whatever I'm trying to do. I will save it. The content will be saved. Okay. Now I will try to push it. Let me show you in the org first. Okay. Apex class. So there is no money one, you can see, right? Only foo manual one. Now I will push it. SFDX deploy this source to org. Why it is getting deployed into develop one? Because this is connected with my develop one. You can change the default org. It's saying that if I click it, we will get option to change. But right now I just want to deploy it to develop one. Now I will deploy this to source. Look, running successfully. The source to org deployed successfully. Now I can quickly check here. I'll just refresh it. Let me refresh it. What's not happening? Yeah. You can see money one is deployed here, right? Let me check one thing. Look, the deployment status I can get here. 9/6/2024. I successfully deployed one thing. How many component? One component. So that status also you can get here. Okay. So this is again like to check this is something from the Salesforce. Like if anything is deployed, it will come here. If anything is failing, then again you will get into the org only here only if anything is failing. Okay, now you got this thing right. Now if I talk about package XML, let me do this quickly. Now from here, let me try to do one thing. Let's create one uh, generate manifest file. I will give apex one. Okay, this is one. Let me create from here generate apex 2. Okay, now it's I can get the foo class. So you remember from my last class, like the package XML look, name can be anything, either package or apex 2 XML. So this XML will be treated as a deployment component. Right now I tried to deploy this money one by clicking in the file and then directly deploying it through the UI. Now from YAML also, from this XML also, I can do the deployment. I will show you one example. Here it is foo, right? Now, here what I will do, I will make this apex 2. Let me do one thing. If you're just getting only 50%, 60%, that is also fine. I will give lots of time to ask a queries, package and version, right? Now I will just do like this. Perfect. Member, here I will say star. I will give you an example how this package XML work in Salesforce. Okay, just understanding purpose, you need to just understand. Okay, this is the things from Salesforce, like how things getting deployed from package XML also. Now here I wrote foo, and here I have given asterisk mark. Asterisk means all the Apex class will be deployed. And here the specific class name I have provided, right? Now in foo I will write money 9th June. Okay, cool. I will save it. Again in money one I will write money 9th June. Okay, cool. So this is my changes. Now what I will do, first I will try to push it using this apex2.xml. Deploy source in manifest2 org. Successfully run, right? Now I will find changes in foo. Got it right? But the change is not reflected for money one. The reason is I have used this XML, okay, package XML, where only one file is specified. Now, if I try to use Apex 1, let's again do some changes here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, when I try to use this asterisk mark 1, it will consider all the classes present here. Deploy source in manifest to org. Now here.
I was waiting for a little bit.
Done for
Yeah.
money. Sorry.
So, did you set up the
This is
Salesforce username?
where in VS Code. So what we did is in our last session where we left is we have done connection for the Salesforce org, right? With the option default org. When we clicked here, we got navigated to some UI where we need to provide username and password. Once it is
Okay.
successfully authenticated, then you can get this like this scene where you get the org name and this plug sign.
Yeah.
That okay, this is now connected. Now this project is connected with your particular Salesforce org. Now whatever execution you will do from here using the UI, that will be done with respect to the connected Salesforce org. So this is connection which is made in between VS Code project setup. This project is in my local, okay, and the Salesforce org which we have used for the connection. So the manual steps I'm trying to explain here before going to the before going at pipeline level.
Manish, why you created this foo class?
Why we created this foo class? I just look. This is part of Salesforce development, but for my DevOps testing and all, for my DevOps lecture, I need to show you real-time example how it goes, right? How Salesforce developer will do their stuffs, and then how DevOps will come into the picture, how the connection will be established. Just for the example purpose, I have just provided one class, created one class, and tried to deploy it to the Salesforce org using the connection that we established. So this is my choice. Okay, I took class and I wrote this foo.cls. You can give any name. So this is the format to create any class, or you can say to do any development in Salesforce. So I just did one test development so that our DevOps activities can be explained. That's it. For your reference, I can provide you, I can ping you this class name. You can just utilize it. No need to worry. Like I don't know how to create a class. So this you can copy paste. This is just for your DevOps setup, so that you can test your DevOps setup. So for now, we have done setup for our local system where we have VS Code and all, how we do the connection. Then we will go to the pull request, how we can achieve at cloud level in Azure DevOps. I hope this answer your question.
Manish, today the speed is little high, means so I was not able to catch up initially what you were doing.
Okay, so what thing you are lagging, if you can tell me, at what point, like from last class or from this class?
No, last class connections, everything is done. So
Okay.
today what we did, I maybe I joined later. So you are recording, so I can take the.
Okay, so you joined a little late.
Yeah, yeah.
So today what I did is, after making a connection, till here you are aware, right? The connection.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, after having the connection, I tried to deploy something to Salesforce org using my VS Code setup, the manual steps. Okay. For that, first I have written one small code inside the class. I created this foo and money one class. That's it. And I just try to deploy it using, if you do right click and then deploy to source org, it will get deployed and you will get reflected in the Salesforce org. And
Okay.
then by selecting this option, retrieve this source from org, then all the code for Apex will be retrieved to my local setup. I can show you right now the retrieve part, because that time I only retrieved this foo one, right? Now I will retrieve complete classes which is present in Salesforce org. Let me
Okay.
show you. So here we have foo manual one, manual two, and money one, right? And in my local only we have foo and money one. Now I will utilize this Apex one XML. Okay. Here it is strict. It means all the classes will be retrieved. I will right click. I will retrieve source in manifest from org. So all the classes will be retrieved here. You will see here. It will get reflected here. Got it? You can see foo manual
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
manual
Mhm.
two. It's clear. So I just
Yeah.
did a manual steps. Like this is work of developer to create a class and all, but the connection and all the retrieval part, can comes as part of DevOps. Like how we can guide them. And again, I am saying the same thing we will implement in pull request. But I just have to make it clear how we can do it manually, the local setup, so that you get some idea. I will not dig down to the Salesforce development. Just a small example for a class. Now I will not create anything. You can just create multiple classes with same name and have this dummy code under inside the classes. Okay. So this is one thing. So you want to try this to retrieve the steps. Before retrieving, you can directly push it. I can paste the. Let me see if I can directly upload in chat. I can upload the document or not file. Okay, just it's capturing.
Sorry, Manish. For some reason, it's telling me no default org set. I think it was set up yesterday. Can you go to the step where we set up on VS Code,
Okay,
please?
so here, so in develop, you get some option here. So you
Uh,
have opened the VS Code. So you got
yes,
some
I
option
did.
like no or no default org setup.
Yeah, no default org.
So can you click here?
Yes. Uh,
Look, I will go slow. I will not go fast. Okay. So if you have any queries, you can ask me. So I can take multiple class around this because these are important when we do some integration steps. So that's fine.
So Manish, can you
I only
give
have
us
the option to say it says no default org set. I don't know why.
Can
I
you share
remember
your screen and click here? And someone is saying something.
Yeah, Manish, I'm saying that the things you have done today, let me create the class
Hmm?
and then retrieve from Salesforce. And then can you give us few minutes to do that?
Oh, okay, yeah. So you can do it. Okay. And meanwhile, I will also schedule one call because it will get disconnected in 6 minutes. And like
Oh.
Ravi is also traveling, that's why he's not able to send. Okay, sorry for this inconvenience.
And what is this Force app, this public class for slash 1212, this one?
This
Which
one.
is, yeah, this one.
So this is a folder structure. So again, I'm saying, so this is a template which is supported for Salesforce development. Okay, and I'm just trying to do a small piece of development, you can say, just to test our setup, connection and all. So this is a default format in which Salesforce development happen. Okay. So this is the
Okay,
full.
and
Hmm?
do we need to write these things manually, which you wrote, the
Yes.
12?
Yeah. Normal. Usually it will be manual only. Developer used to write everything manually. So for now, I can share the code. I can ping you. Okay. Just you need to write for, let's say, for food.cls file. You can have this content, and parallelly you can have one file with food.cls meta xml, and then have this content. I can ping you the content, so it will be easy. Okay. You can quickly save this content in your local system because this session will disconnect. Also, I will give you the file name, what file name you need to utilize. It is foo.cls. Okay.
And one more last question, like, do we need to create a class and foo class under meta dot class meta dot XML?
Yes,
The,
actually, foo.cls is a actual code, and then meta xml is where the version and all is dependencies. Version and all is mentioned. So both file need to be created to get this utilized by Salesforce. Okay. So this is a format. So for now, you don't need to worry about, okay, why I'm not understanding it. Just think, okay, we're just doing a dummy coding so that we can check the connection and retrieve, and that part you need to be aware if it is getting reflected to the sandbox or not. I pinged you. If you can quickly save this chat, the file name, and meanwhile, let me schedule one more call. I will quickly share over WhatsApp group. And today we will close our call before 8. Okay. And if you guys need, then sometime like in between in weekdays also, we will try to have some query session. If you guys have any queries in between, right? For the older classes, then we can accommodate all such queries. Or maybe next week, let's say Saturday, Sunday, one session we will keep for all the queries related to past session.
Videos needed to be uploaded properly, otherwise too many videos will come out and it's very difficult for us to
Only
catch.
yesterday class video is not uploaded. I think earlier all was uploaded. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, that is why the connection problem will arise. Yesterday and today, these things are very important. If we delay it, it is going to be a difficult task for us.
Yeah, because
Because
yesterday one was in my system, and as I said, Ravi is traveling. That's why this happened.
I know
But
things are
yeah,
not important.
yeah. But before yesterday, all session was uploaded, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
those parts we were clear. These things when we entered Salesforce, this is totally a different thing, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So we got to be on speed with you, otherwise we will be lagging.
Okay. Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, Mani, one last question. Like, do we need to create the class or like
Class.cls and then class meta XML, and the both content I have pinged over chat. Now I also
we?
said one another in another invite, so we can join that. Okay.
Okay, okay.